1.6 million men have tried. 525,000 men have died. Those suffer in silence and are told to man up, to toughen up, keep their head up, and, suppress their emotions. It's okay not to be okay and still be a man. We need to make men understand they don't have to act like everything is okay, because it's okay if it's not okay. All right, welcome to the Black Table. I am your host this evening. My name is Olamide. And tonight's focus is going to be on Mental Health Awareness Month for Men. Now, I would not be doing this alone. I've got my prestigious, very intelligent friends who complement everything we talk about on the show. And I'm going to be introducing the man to my left today. Is not at the Wisdom Bar today.
Yes.
And it's nice to have you.
It's strange not being at the bar, being here.
We're one-man shots. So.
Yeah, rich uncle wasn't here, so they decided for the poor uncle
to come to the table.
To take his place.
Yeah. Anyways, hope you've had a good day, good week.
Great, fantastic. But that's a lie, but that's what men do.
That's what men do. My right, we have the man that I call the premium one. Yes, the navigator, the man who teaches us how to, maneuver through things. The diplomat.
You already know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody needs a deck in their.
We're just trying.
In their life. Come on, you have to help me here, man.
Literally, you need life. I beg, don't mind them. We're just managing. Thank you so much for having me once again. Another beautiful Friday.
Yeah.
It's
lovely to have you.
Very busy one today.
I can see you have something,
Yes,
on
yes.
chest.
Yeah, so, we're supporting SMEs. It's Lagos Tourism, NBC Trade Fair. And, of course, the event started today. It's going to run up until Sunday. It's just small businesses basically trying to sell and, make a little bit of money. So, of course, it is important that you also come through for us. Just come in tomorrow and Sunday.
All right.
Just have a good time.
So we're just going to act. Thank you, Deck. Yeah, bring it and put it on the table. You have to remit. Anyways, we have a very interesting show this evening.
Okay.
And honest truth is this. Men go through a lot. Men, we have to deal with issues internally because, as they say, now man you be, man up. And a lot of times it's quite difficult for you to even talk to your male friends because there's a saying that men, we don't help ourselves, that we don't really, try to be there for ourselves. But I guess that's why we're going to be putting everything on the table today and discussing it, finding out, what's this whole men's mental health awareness thing about? Is it real? Is it one of those things that we should take seriously? Is it something that women understand? Or is it something that is creating more feminine men? Anyways, we'll be talking more about that right after we return from this break.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
Okay, welcome. It's the Black Table. Exciting evening here. I've got my bros before.
House.
Pros. I said pros. I don't know what he's talking about, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have you guys. And yeah, as you have all noticed, it's just the three of us on set today. Okwa Oluwafemi, the rich uncle, is a bit down, and he won't be able to join us this evening. So yeah, we are going to be missing him at the table this evening, but of course we are very sure that Okwe is going to be back. I mean, sometime next week. So
we know what he needs.
Yeah, we know what he's
Wife
missing.
is taking care of him.
Yeah. Okwe is going to be fine.
He's
it's
getting
going to
his
be
good
okay.
treatments.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, so we're going to be talking about a few interesting things on the Black Table. But first, I would like to talk about I want to ask you guys, how are you?
Why are you asking me?
Start from your mental health is important. How are you?
Gang, you look like you need... How
are you? How are you? You okay?
I'm trying to be okay.
Okay, I can't help you. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
You're good.
I'm fantastic.
This is the spirit.
I'm great.
This is a man.
You know, I'm so
The
glad
man
I am
you be.
here today. You know, not everyone could make it today, but we're here today.
Exactly.
We're alive. We're pushing.
And
I
that's
always say life is for the living. Live it to the fullest. You
Alright.
get where I'm coming from?
That is
Yeah.
it.
That's a man's job, to be honest.
to
We'll
be
talk more about
honest,
this when
yeah.
the time comes, but
Exactly.
honestly, that's a man's job.
So, earlier in the week,
pause.
I should pause and think about it.
Okay, so
Be careful.
let me be vulnerable. I'm not all right. I'm not.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not all right.
Okay. All right.
Nigeria is Nigeria.
Shaggy.
Things are not fine.
Ah, man.
Things
I
are
understand. I understand.
I'm hungry now. I want some. I can tell you. I was craving some, you know, and I just topped my glass, you know.
Yeah.
It's Friday night.
Yeah.
Once you can just get a little bit of this in your system,
You'll be all right.
You know,
the worries
you can manage
reduce.
the worry.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, the problem will still be there after you sober up, you know, but sometimes you just want to, you know, cloud your judgment a bit. But in all honesty, we'll make
Okay.
it. You know,
all
it's
right.
crazy.
It's nice for you guys to ask how I'm doing. I'm very well, thank you, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
didn't give us the opportunity to ask.
Okay, you can ask me. Let me.
How are you? Olabisi?
Do you want me to bring up the list? I'm not fine, no. So I was with a couple of people earlier today, and you know we're talking about this, mental health awareness thing for men for the month, and then every opportunity I had to tell people that I'm not normal, I'm not okay. Forget what you see, forget the smile, forget the big energy. I'm not okay. And it's funny because I realized recently that there are certain things that men we don't really think about, that we don't concentrate on, and these things play out in different ways eventually because there are things that we look at, they're little, but in actual sense, it's very important. But the reason why I started all of that, and different people had different things to say after they watched her on that platform, and it's spinned off into different things. And there was this guy that put out a message on social media, and he went like this. I'm going to read it out so that we can now dive into it. It goes like this. Yvonne Jegedes, love is transactional to them. If she ever spend her money, you are finished as a man. Okay, this is all crazy. But yeah, basically he's just saying that a man will never receive true affection from a woman if he is before they receive. Or receive. Okay, yeah.
It's similar to there's one of the stand-up shows that Chris Rock did, and a lot of people quote something he said in that show, where he said women, children, and pets are loved unconditionally, emphasizing that men are loved based on conditions.
Yeah.
If certain conditions are not met, a man just never really feels that genuine love, or never really gets the love that he actually deserves. But for women, children, let me not even include the pets though, but for women, children, they get that unconditional love. If you even look at a family setting, there was something that the Jagger lady said in one of the clips I saw. She was talking about how she's raising her child now on her own without anybody's help, and it's not easy. And it's expensive. It's hard. So a lot of people, women in particular, you know, never really experience that. It's when you become a single parent that you realize how hard it is to raise a child and basically have a family of your own, to understand the burden that men go through when you have to provide, protect, and make sure everybody is well-to-do. You get me? Security, you name it. A man's response wide that I laugh at when people feel as if they can do without men. You know, the only thing is that, you know, the world has come to a point that the world wasn't always like this. You know, from the caveman era till now, man has built society to a certain point that now that things have gotten to this peak, it's easy for people to just rush and come and say, we don't need men anymore. Men ain't shit. Men are this, men are that. Trust me, men are still needed. But we know as men what we do. And we know at the end of the day, we don't get the appreciation we deserve. Sometimes that's all a man needs.
Thank you.
That appreciation.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that all the appreciation you need?
Trust me, sometimes, do you know how it feels? I don't know whether this has happened to you sometimes, when your partner or your wife actually just tells you, thank you so much for, I appreciate you, thank you for what you've done.
That can be satisfying.
it touches a man in some deep places that he hasn't been touched in a while. But you get where I'm coming from. People, somebody asked me a question today in the office, because you know Father's Day is this weekend.
It is?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and the person was like, now what would I get what gift can I possibly get that will make me emotional enough to cry? And I told her, nothing material. There's nothing material that you could give me. But I now said, it depends on who is giving me and what it is. And I gave her the story about my daughter gave me a mug that had a father, daddy, when my family was living outside the state. She sent me a mug one time, and I cherished that mug more than so many other things. Just a mug that I could drink. I didn't want to drink out of any other cup in the house except that mug that just said, miss you, daddy type situation. You get me? So I just felt there's nothing material. That's for me now as a man that you can give me that can make me that sentimental and push me to tears.
Okay, but quickly, the phone lines are open, so you can reach out. The numbers are going to be on screen right now. So please call in, join us on this conversation. The numbers are 08127053687, and then we have 08176411679. Please call these numbers. They're on your screen right now, and then, you know, let's see what your take is. So, add some sort of value, or, you know, do you agree with that?
Well, not entirely, and we must, you know, get ourselves to understand that it is not all women, or is not every lady out there that is out to get something from a man. We have women who are willing to be actual helpers. Like you did say, man's essence or man's need degenerated over time, over the fact that, you know, some people began to think that what a man can do, a woman can do better. It got into their heads, and they began to think that it was okay for us to now actually put into action the fact that I can actually do without a man, which is essentially one of the things that has also come into the picture of, you know, a woman is trying to dress like a man and actually marry a woman, right? So you see, what you must also understand is this: the replication of that character of a man, of a woman trying to look like a man and do the things that a man does, has already even defeated the purpose of not needing a man, because the evidence are clear.
Okay.
All right, men are needed. There is no way you want to look at it. There's no way you want to think about it. I saw a video of a lady in the UK who was trying to build a fence in a house. Right now, I don't think she has a man in the house, because first and foremost, I don't think that a woman would do that kind of, you know, hardcore job, you know, if a man was in the house. But even if a man was in the house and she took it upon herself to do something like that, she still needed a man to help her push out this wooden thingy, you know. She literally had to call, maybe, I think, a neighbor in the estate, a guy, to help her push it and pull off that stuff for her to be able to achieve what she wanted to achieve. It goes to show that no matter what it is that you do, no matter how it is that you handle yourself, you need a man. Women need men. There's a reason.
Woman,
Do you understand? There's a symbiotic relationship between the both parties, right? It's like you have to bring and I have to bring. All right, that's
so
what
you're saying
makes
that
it.
It's transactional then?
It's not transactional.
Because,
what I'm saying
you
is
have to
that
bring.
No. What I'm saying is that
balancing it out.
No. So what I'm saying is the fact that it's not all women that think that I don't need a man.
Of course.
Do you understand? Man has his purpose in life, in the life of a woman, and in, you know, on this earth. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no matter how you look at it, do you understand? I wouldn't say it's entirely transactional. I don't even want to use the word transactional in this you know, stuff.
But if something goes for something,
yeah, I think relates to the relationship that I have with you, straight relationship, or gang or whatever. You know, I think it's transactional, because I feel that generally in life you have to be rubbing off on someone, and I have this philosophy might be a wrong one, but I feel if you're not adding to someone value-wise, you're taking from the person. And either ways, there's some sort of transaction going on.
I get where you're coming from.
So I'm so sorry. From that perspective, if you're saying it from that perspective, everyone's relationship is transactional.
Yeah. That's what I
understand what I'm saying?
But
because
I get where it's coming from, but the way I'm thinking now is, if you unconsciously just know your role or things that you do,
that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Then it's not transactional.
This is not transactional.
But
it's
when you
the case of
intentionally
roles.
feel, I'm not going to do this for this person until he does this for me,
Then
that's when it's more
exactly.
transactional.
Remember, guys, I broke it down to the point of value. I value your friendship. I value your company. I value, the things I learned from you.
Yeah.
It is transactional. If we take it to the barriers, of
but here's
how we
the
can
funny
exist.
thing. You remember how you and I met and what we've been through. Remember how we've met. Do you understand?
Yeah. We met at the airport.
We've not exactly we're not exactly exchanging things for friendship.
Then, yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I know, but I feel the reason why certain people fall off your friend circle or your list is that after a while, when there's no value to get from them or vice versa,
Because I've said this a
calling
lot.
them off.
There's friends with benefits, but every friendship should be beneficial.
I like it that you guys have taken it to the friends and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
If you look at it from the friend's perspective, you must understand that a lot of us don't have friends. We just have acquaintances. I want you to look through your phone right now
hope you're my
and
friend,
count 5 people who you can literally call and say, please, I need your help. And I need you to send me so amount.
For men.
I can bring.
They don't have to send.
I
Now,
can,
hold on.
I can get 10 people, but they won't.
Hold
pick.
on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
They won't pick his calls.
See, let me tell you something. Before my dad died, my dad told me something. He said to me that you don't have friends. You just have people who you know. Some of them are nice. Some of them are going to be nice. Some of them are going to be terrible human beings. So don't ever think that somebody is going to come and save you. No. You have to live your life in such a way that you take responsibilities for everything that happens to you.
Yeah, nobody's going to save you.
It is transactional when it comes to friendship level. But we're talking about a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Now, a man and a woman also, goes into different stratas, right? We're talking about a man and a woman as husband and wife, a man and a woman as guy and girl, a man and a woman as boyfriend and girlfriend. They are in stages. Now, these things must, they must be put in the right places so that we don't model them up.
Okay.
Now, a husband and wife, you can't say it's transactional because they both have their roles in the house. A boyfriend and a girlfriend, they are at a level. They are trying to get to know each other. It can still be transactional. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, to understand where each person stays. Do you understand?
As much as I agree with you, there was something you said about a husband and a wife it not being able to be transactional.
Yeah.
So why is it sometimes women and men hoard certain things from their partners until they get certain things?
Which is exactly why I said sometimes it can be transactional, because the truth is, it is roles. Now, some people take other people's roles as, let me say, okay, say this person, okay, so take for instance, you have a husband and a wife, right? The wife can be entitled. You're missing rib. So I need to figure out a way to make sure that you succeed, which encapsulates the importance of, working and toiling with you to make sure that you get to your goal as fast as possible, all right? Some people pretend just so that you can make it and become something, and then when you become something, they change.
Totally
Some people don't have.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about the men, all right? And that's why you say that this, you don't trust the loyalty of a poor man, right? Sometimes a man might not have, and then the woman is toiling and going all over the place for the man.
List. Rich Uncle is on that list, and some other correct people that I know. So thank you guys for being on my list.
You're welcome.
Yes.
But I don't borrow money.
A guy named Dineo. Now he goes this way. Told my friend to stop baiting in front of a 5-year-old son, and I don't think she took it well. Could it be that she thinks I can't have an opinion on that because I don't have a child, or did I cross the line? Maybe. I think we talked about parenting sometime last week and 2 weeks ago.
Last week.
Last week, yeah. And we talked about how certain things are not really cool. What do you think about a mom taking a bat in front of a 5-year-old? A 5-year-old is like pretty, you know.
You have a son, right?
Yes, I do.
You have a son. I have only girls. So I want to hear what your experiences are before I share my 2 cents.
One of the things for me, at a certain age, okay, so I mean, I don't know how I'm going to say this and still go back home tonight. But let me figure out how to go
be
about
politically correct.
Let's just redirect it. You understand? Okay, so the thing is, my wife is not somebody who is actually emotionally,
Are you sure you
outspoken?
want to?
All right. Yeah. She's very, conservative, and she tries to, inhibit her feelings and stuff like that. So you have to force her to bring it out. Yeah. So for our son,
nice breakdown. You said it the right way.
Exactly.
You're almost there. So you navigated through.
So for the way it was for us was on a normal day she would not even be out there dressing in front of our child. You understand? I mean, because he definitely has his own room. We have our room and all of that. So she's not in the category of people who would even be in the same room to even now say she wants to undress or she wants to, change or those kind of things. Normally, our son is a cartoon driven child. I don't want to say any other thing, but he's always on his tab or he's on YouTube or he's trying to create one thing or the other. He's very into tech and all of that, those kind of things. So he's not even seeing anybody. He's probably in his room or he's in the living room or something, that kind of thing. So we have never really had to deal with, somebody's changing. Why are you changing in front of your child?
That's a no for you.
No, it won't even happen.
Okay.
There won't be a reason for it to happen at all in the first place. So
like from your father, obviously, and from your point of view, let's say that same scenario is happening in your own, what would you do?
Now, for me, it's let me tell you what I've suffered as a girl dad. I remember my second daughter, I don't even think she was up to 5. I was peeing one time, and then I didn't know she came into the bathroom and was standing by my side. And she was just looking. She was looking, and she was wondering, and she was pointing. And she asked me, what is that? What am I doing? Then she didn't understand what it was. But my wife said, well, Daddy's peeing. And she was wondering because that was when, now this is what happened in my life now. I had to start sitting down to pee. I had to start sitting down to pee. And I did some research and I found that that's actually the way you're supposed to pee, whether you're male or female. But that's another story for another day.
Oh, my God.
Those are some of the challenges, girls. My wife walks around the house as she pleases. Do you understand? Of which I enjoy myself a lot. But then, I on my own, I can't walk around. The times I tried that, she's like, listen, dude.
So how does that work? So you're not allowed to do that.
Well, she's
allowed to do that.
So she is. But now the funny thing is that
But how does it work? Why is she allowed to do that?
Because there are no guys. Even all the times that we used to have helps or nannies, they were always female. So I was the only male present. Do you understand?
So you denied your
So I was denied
natural
sometimes because me, sometimes I just like to just hang, But I couldn't do that because these are girls. And there's certain questions when they started getting to a certain age. So I always had to protect them from that. And my mom, my wife has had that conversation with them at a young age to understand certain things. A boy is this, a girl is that. Now that my daughters are maturing to a certain extent, even they know they have to cover up and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, but as women, I can't speak on behalf of women, but women are very free in certain spaces, especially in front of their kids, their husbands. And at a certain age, you wonder what age is right to stop being nude around your kids. Now, 5 for some people, it depends on the level of maturity and what the kid knows.
Yeah.
You don't want to expose him to certain things that early.
Yeah.
But of course, you're trying to raise a straight boy that knows what's going on. You get me? It's not, I don't think that guy's mode of approach of telling her, don't do this. She can find a way to reduce the rate at which she shows herself nude in front of her son. Because at some age, the ordinary African woman doesn't mind bringing... These are women that breastfeed in public.
Okay, so
I don't think
my thought is this, and I'm just going to talk about some of the experiences I've had. I feel that children are smart and, very intelligent. They pick up things easily. And I feel that by the time a child is getting to the age of 3, there are certain things that are excessive that men and women need to stop. Because, you see, a 5-year-old is no longer a toddler. 5-year-old as...
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, the 5-year-old has his or mind well developed. And whatever they see at home, they can take out. And they can act out some certain things. I mean, I remember one time that there was this conversation that some friends of mine were having about how a child in school came to school and was, trying to do some sexual acts. Of course, based on the fact that she saw it at home. You understand? And because she doesn't understand, and that's why I say it's very important to teach children privacy and teach them certain things about, sex education and how to, even handle certain things so that they don't just go out and carry it over. So for me, I feel that the boy...
If we look at ourselves as beings, as human beings, where we're coming from, we're the ones that design clothes. We're the ones that brought all this fabric and decided to start covering up to a certain level. Here's the thing. As you guys are now, if your mom is nude in front of you, is it a problem?
Is it a problem?
Yes.
I never...
I don't think I will even look at my mom, really.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Is it a problem? I'll ask her to put on some clothes.
Yeah, but this is what I'm just trying to say. That because if you know what, I know what some mothers have gone through in bearing kids and doing certain things, that to them, nudity is not really a big deal. Like I said, women breastfeed in public.
So,
and
I'm
do
go back to it.
Sorry, I wanted to say something.
Let me finish real quick. So there's a certain level of which, yes, the kid needs to learn. Do you understand? But sometimes they need to see and experience certain things. You know that, for example, as a person, the way you're raised, if you see your sister nude, it's not supposed to be a problem. If you see your mother nude, it's not supposed to be a problem. Do you understand? Your concern is with other people that are not related to you. So there's a level that you should be able to train them.
How do you differentiate?
So there's a level you're supposed to be able to train them to understand these things, which is part of the sex education we're talking about. So for them to understand these things.
Yeah, so let me say something. Yeah. So I think we are already going, faster than the entire conversation. We need to look at it from the angle of who is this person to the person who was talking to. Is he a family member? Is he just a friend? If he's just a friend, I don't think that lady felt like what he said was wrong. And conceive it and understand that maybe this guy is actually making sense. But I feel like you are, I don't think it should be a problem.
You guys are the ones with sons. I envy you to an extent.
I don't think.
Do you undress in front of your son? Do you undress in front of your son?
No, I don't.
That's the thing.
I don't.
We are not in the same room. There's no reason for me to undress in front of
But if something happened, if your son walked in on you, is it a problem?
Walked in on me is different from changing in front of me. If he walks in front of me, he knows well to go back.
I think one of the first set of...
You're triggering something that makes them want to find out why.
As long as
talking about triggering things
a tab
to
my son,
make you want to find out
he
why.
Will not stand
we need
up
to take our next quick fire.
He will not stand up.
Our next quick fire has to do with finding out things. Now, there was a video, it's a very old video, but I'm just going to summarize it. In the video, they were talking about how monogamy is unnatural and how it's not an African thing and all of that.
We're back here.
And I just, we're back. I just want to ask, before we take a break and then take the main topic, is it natural?
Well, no, of course it's not.
It's not, okay.
Of course it's not.
I was talking to a friend. Hold on. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said, "What if
monogamy is it natural?
What if monogamy was not the right way?
Okay, wait. Okay.
What if somebody mistakenly said monogamy is the way? Meanwhile, it was actually polygamy that we're supposed to be practicing.
So for men, let me ask you, for women. For women,
how many?
Is it
well, the old scripture actually had one wife. Tell me.
Does he know his Bible?
Well, I can tell you this for sure. My Lord and Savior had none.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, my God. He knows his Bible. All right, you know what? On that note, we'll take a quick break.
You know the problem would have been in now.
We take a quick break. When we return, we focus on the main topic for the night.
To the cross. I can't deal with it.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
Entertainment to me is...
So what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women.
Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company.
All right, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And of course, it's very important because there are many mad people, mad men on the streets. But to be more serious, I think it's something that we don't talk enough about. And tonight we're hoping to really touch base on some of those things. Are people really aware that, you know, men go through these things, you know, low moments, you know, despair, go through, you know, things that they can't even describe or explain to people. And, you know, are women aware of it? Do women even consider the fact that there are times whereby a man is stuck mentally and probably doesn't have anywhere to go to? And the more important one is that now that it's something that people talk about, are we creating more feminine men? Are we creating men that are, you know, with more female traits? You know, they want to talk about emotions and all of that. And how do we find a balance in all of this?
Are we jumping straight into the topic?
Yeah, we're jumping straight
the main
into
topic?
it. Yeah, that's the main topic.
I thought we were going to talk about your
Oh, I thought you were just talking about a scenario.
No. That one, we will continue talking about it. But I mean, time is running pretty fast.
If you, man, like you said, just assumes you should man up now. No be man you be. But then at the same time, it's not as if women are not aware. But do they even care?
Okay, so
do they care? Because
that's another thing
there's
entirely.
There's this statement that I've
seen. Do
seen.
they care or do they understand?
They don't even care enough to understand.
Oh.
Because that phrase that people say, happy wife, happy life, you know, a lot of people have attacked that phrase. Because people just feel as if to an extent in a home, once the woman is happy, once the woman is pleased, once the woman is satisfied, she makes sure the people around her feel likewise.
Yeah.
And if she's not, she transfers that aggression too. So if she's not satisfied, the people around her too will be displeased. But nobody cares if it's a happy husband or not. That's why I say, do they really care? If a woman had a choice to choose between her well-being and happiness and mental health versus yours, which one would she pick?
Wow, that's a tough one. Actually, it's simple, but
so I really feel, now there's an exception because I don't think it doesn't apply to all women. There are a lot of fantastic women out there that understand their role as women and understand the man's role and try not to give him a headache. You get me? But it's unfortunate that in general, and how many Mother's Days do you hear? How many days celebrate men? In some situations, thank God we're all married, so we're not going to the stress that these single people are going through.
Oh, God.
Let me even tell you what's happening in the dating world. Somebody should correct me if I'm wrong. On a girl's birthday, the guy celebrates her. On his birthday, he doesn't get celebrated. He still has to do something for the people around him. Isn't that just weird?
Now, man, you be.
Exactly. on somebody else's birthday, you have to do for the person. On your own birthday, nobody's going to do for you. You still have to do for the people as well.
Yeah.
Your girl is asking you, where are you taking me to on your birthday? Your girl is asking you, what are you doing on your birthday? But on her birthdays, you get me?
Okay.
Okay, so, Dek, what's your thought on
all right, so
all of this?
This is very, very easy to really dive in. There's already a faulted social construct.
Faulted. When you say
Yes.
faulted, what does that mean?
You see, there's this thing called the girl child. Nobody ever talks about the boy child. You see this thing where you talk about men actually being men. Man up, man up. See, that man up is actually man out. When you switch off the heart of a guy, a boy, you switch off their heart. And how do you switch off the heart of a boy? When he falls down, you say, stand up, trust your body, you're a man. You're switching off the heart of that child gradually.
But don't you
know why?
think...
Because the day that boy will do something very bad, right? He's a man, he will handle it. Or someone does something very vile to that child who's a boy, he will switch off.
So, from what you're saying, are you saying that with that kind of approach,
yes,
we are generally taking away empathy from men?
You see, this thing called equality doesn't exist in the world.
Equality between both genders?
Both genders. This gender equality, it doesn't exist.
Why do you say that?
And I'm telling you, because I actually did this as my project in the university. What I know now, if I had known it then, I probably would have gotten an A in my project. You see, gender equality is just an idea, but it's not in reality. And I'll tell you why. We talk about the girl child. We talk about the girl child. We talk about women. We talk about women. We hardly ever talk about men. We hardly ever talk about the boy child. We hardly ever... See, we have men who are beasts. Men who don't have hearts. Men who treat their wives shabbily. But how come we don't try to work more on that boy before he becomes a man?
Okay,
so
you
that
missed,
he learns...
you missed the general one. The general term. All men are scum.
Do you understand what I'm saying? All men are scum. How many times do you hear all women are scum? Do women not mess up with men? That guy that is breaking the hearts of ladies, you do know that it was a girl that actually broke his heart at some point.
That sounds like, okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I won't do. I will give you a packet. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, it's important to understand the realities of things. You see this mental health thing, right? It trickles down, bro. It starts from the place where... So you see the interesting part is that what you have just said is still going back to what we're talking about. You just said that men are using the opportunity of mental health. Let me ask you a question. You know how many women who actually lie that men rape them? Is that not using rape against guys? Do you understand what I'm saying? So look, let me tell you something. You must understand the fact that the odds are against men. Naturally.
The odds are against men.
That's naturally. And you see this thing called mental health for men. It's very hard to accept.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
So we're going where I'm thinking. But, before we wrap up the show, we have some tweets that have come in. I'm just going to read them out, then we take your comments on them quickly. We have Adami Lola. She says, we need more of this mental health. Toko, most men are mad but not showing it. Yeah, I said it. Absolutely. For everything. Okay, women just say thank you for everything you do, and all the rotten bones in your body will rise. I don't know. I don't know what this person's talking about.
We know what she said.
And then Atunde says the question of whether parents should change in front of the kids is a matter of personal cultural beliefs, as well as consideration of privacy and boundaries within the family. Yeah. All right, thank you, Tunde, for that feedback. Then we have Adolamu. Adolamu says, this changing thing, a wife found out her husband put camera in a 16-year-old daughter's bedroom. We talked about that. Yeah. When asked, he said he missed looking at her body as a child. We didn't talk about that.
That guy has issues.
Can you imagine men's mental health in the mud? Because how can you, as a man, be sane and do this kind of thing? Then we have at Ayobami. At Ayobami says, gang, please, will you pick wife, maybe your wife, over your mental health? Question mark. Really? Who should she have picked to pick you?
I'm trying to understand it.
Yeah, so let me take it one more time. Ayobami says, gang, please, will you pick your wife over your mental health? Question mark. Really? Who should she have picked to pick you?
Let me see if I can. Here's the funny thing. Me, personally, my mental health, nobody really cares except me. And there's some things about me, vulnerability, that I will not expose. Do you understand? But I'll always pick my wife and make sure she's good.
So, yeah.
I'll make sure she's good.
I think you just answered it.
At the detriment to my mental health.
Yeah, you just answered it. So you put the woman first. And then Shayo says, gang, they're coming for me. Says, gang, asking how many Father's Day are there. Try getting pregnant and being in between life and death. Then ask the question again.
Women always use that tool because
so you
see, women always use that tool.
This is what we're talking about.
You see, when it comes to that's the problem when it even comes to conceiving a child, birthing a child, and raising a child. For some reason, women feel as if they have a certain right over men.
They say your egos will not let you people rest. We will be trying to take pity on you people, but you people will be yawning dust. You're yawning dust. Yeah, that's from Achaya. Then final tweet before
we
wrap
I hope
up
she has a lot of sons that will grow up with strong mental health.
Gina says, but all men are scum now, aren't you? You people are devil in human form. Anyways, happy International Men's Month. Okay, I feel scarred.
Very weird.
I feel very scarred.
Very weird response. No. So how do you say that men are scum now? In happy international.
But see, now these are honest responses because it's the way society thinks. It's where we have put ourselves. That's why for me, men's mental health, in all honesty, it should be 12 months a year. But nobody really cares.
So that's the thing. So let me give you an example.
If you're strong enough mentally, keep going.
Let me give you an example. The truth is this, right? So if a woman comes out and speaks about her mental health and she's crying, the responses to that video would be humongous. If a man comes out and is crying, they will bash him left, right, and center. You know why?
I think we should give it a try.
Why you crying? Are you a guy now? Which kind of rubbish with this one now? This one a woman now. Those kind of comments will start to come in. So those are the things that you look at and you realize that, my brother, you need to protect your mental health by yourself.
On that note, we'll be taking the just a tip from Gang. Hopefully he doesn't put it all in.
I'm not taking the tip from Gang.
No, I'll give it you all.
No.
I'll give you my
Gang,
all.
you're taking just a tip.
I'll give you my all. Oh, do you want the tip now? Pause. Okay, this is going to sound very weird. This tip will sound quite weird. Stop asking or forcing men to open up or be vulnerable. If they choose to do so, let them do it at their own pace and their own time when they're ready. Do not force it out of men. A lot of men have decided where they are, where they fit in this life, in this society, and are willing to live with it. They're willing to take it to the grave, like their fathers did before them. So don't pressure men to open up. Let them open up when they can. And if they choose not to, let them have their peace.
All right. Thank you very much, gang. Thank you, Deck.
Thank you so much.
I need Uggs right now, but I won't be taking them from both of you. It's been quite a very educational edition of the show. I've learned quite a lot this evening, and thank you guys for being awesome. Yes.
That's the reason why women can sleep beside each other and a man can't sleep beside each other. Or a woman can actually hug a lady and sleep together on the bed, and a man cannot even touch on the bed.
Okay, you just knocked that in.
There's my mental health and my penal health. Those are two different healths.
Oh my gosh. All right, thank you guys. It's time to go. It's been a beautiful evening. Let's see you guys, join us again next week, Friday, for another exciting edition of The Black Table. Till next time, bye-bye.
I expect you tomorrow, by the way.
At the thingy, right?
At the Lagos MBC Trade Fair. Lagos Trade Fair. Thank you. Good morning.
My penal health. Are we on?